China's military has encircled the island of Taiwan in a show of force, conducting 2 days of drills that Beijing claims are punishment for separatist acts and a test of combat capabilities. This significant escalation marks the first simulated invasion of Taiwan, coming just 3 days after the inauguration of Taiwan's new president. Thursday morning saw approximately 30 Chinese aircraft and 24 vessels from the Chinese Navy and Coast Guard enter the waters around the island in an exercise called Joint Sword. This included the Chinese Army, Navy, Air, and Rocket Force. Beijing said the drills were a strong punishment for the separatist acts of Taiwan independence forces and should be a warning against Western interference. Taiwan responded by deploying air defense systems as well as its supersonic anti-ship missiles, shown in video posted on social media. Taiwan's defense ministry called the drills an irrational provocation and actions that disrupt peace and stability in the region. A spokesman for the new president said, "In the face of external challenges and threats, we will continue to safeguard democracy, and we have the confidence and the ability to protect national security." The drills are framed by the Chinese as a response to separatist sentiments expressed in the president's inauguration speech, in which he called on China to face up to the fact that the Republic of Taiwan exists. But more than the president's words, his victory itself, defeating 2 candidates calling for closer ties with China, will be the source of greater frustration for Beijing, reflecting increasing negative sentiment and mistrust of China amongst the population. Whether or not drills of this kind are the way to turn public opinion around is another question, but the military show of force will also be a warning not to step out of line. At the same time, this type of Chinese exercise is becoming relatively commonplace, with one official saying there were repeat of previous exercises. But the normalization of this kind of activity also has its negatives, potentially masking a real invasion in the future. US Admiral Samuel Paparo said, "Soon we'll be at a point when a force sufficient to execute a profound military operation is in the field and operating under a fig leaf of exercise." Beyond the Taiwan issue, Beijing is likely feeling a need to flex its military muscles after a series of extensive drills in the Indo-Pacific by the US. These involve Taiwan, the Philippines, Japan, Australia, and France, as well as the deployment of more advanced weaponry in the region. Talk of enhanced military cooperation between the US and allies, including the expansion of AUKUS, will also have unsettled Beijing. In response to today's activities, Taiwan's defense ministry said, "We seek no conflicts, but we will not shy away from one. We have the capacity, determination, and confidence to safeguard our national security."